always have to have 2 drinks. Okay, first of all, a lemon seltzer water while you're drinking, what's this called? Coffee. While you're drinking coffee is so, like, good. It just, like, offsets the taste. I feel like it's, like, if it's already a thing, okay, whatever. But it's just great. But it's raining right now. And welcome to Casual Viewing. I'm Sawyer, and I'm just here to, you know, we're here to talk. We're here to give our opinions, our observations, you know, just like go on tangents, just the things that I'm great at. And yeah, we'll probably come to no strong conclusions, nothing crazy, but that's why it's just casual. It's just easy, because not everything has to be so difficult. But yeah, first of all, I need a sip. I love how I set up this little, well, this is like my living room area, but I don't know. I'm not amazing at lighting. But okay, so yesterday, which is recently, I went to a store called Tim's Used Books, and I love going to a bookstore, especially a used one. I don't know, I love having books. I have so many books. Reading them is a different story, but I love, just walking in a bookstore and looking at books and reading the covers and reading I don't know, just seeing, because there's so many different things you can do with fiction that you can't do in movie, you can't do in TV, you can do on the written page. So I don't know, it's really fun. I am starting I have started, because you don't have to wait for a Monday, for this or that. You could just do it whenever you want. And so I decided I wanted to read more. So I read, and that was about 3 weeks ago-ish. So I wanted to stop scrolling so much and stop being dumb on the internet and just do something different with my time, to just change up my routine, you know? So I've been reading. I finished one book completely, and then I also did one, I'm halfway through another. But then I started another because I'm all over the place all the time. I don't really know the difference between ADD and ADHD, but it's definitely one of those things. But whatever, we'll get into some of that later. But some things I picked up recent, because I just want to show y'all, is On Earth We're Briefly Gorgeous by Ocean Vaughn. I love the title, and it just seems like it's going to be really, really good. It got great reviews, so when I saw it, had to get that there. Where's the other one? Oh yeah, this is going to be it's not performative, people. It's just something that I really want to do is start reading authors that were voice of generation type people, or just more classic American literature, just classic literature in general, because I think it's fun to read the fun and corny plotline books, whatever, but I really wanted to read more people from back in the day. So Joan Didion, The Year of Magical Thinking. This is the first and only Joan Didion book that I've ever had. But I don't know if I'm supposed to read her in a specific order, I don't know. But I just picked up this one because I saw it there on the used shelf, and it was cheap, so I picked it up. So I'm going to read it, see what all the hype's about. And yeah. I'm excited to see and excited to read. I'll share one more in the classic literature sense. I don't even know if you can show this online. Faggots by Larry Kramer. It's like, he's like a, you know, classic gay novelist. And I want to read his work. And when I saw this there, the girl goes, well, that's a title that will catch your eye. And she did not have an accent, so I don't know why I gave her one. But I was like, yeah, girl, faggots. Anyways. Ooh, actually, Grief is for People by Sloane Crosley. I have read, like, actually a majority of this last fall. And then I put it down, and I don't know why, but then I do know why. It's a book about mental health, about suicide, about it's a true story of Sloane and her friend Russell. And her friend Russell committed suicide, and it's like her journey with it, which is like super deep and super sad, but it kind of like actually takes me into something that I want to talk about. So thank you, Sloane. But okay, so I'm somebody that has kind of done everything when it comes to, or what I feel like I've done a lot when it comes to mental health. I've struggled with depression, anxiety, mainly those two, to be honest. What I've done, basically. So I've done, I've gone to therapy, like regular talk therapy. I've seen, honestly, like about 15 therapists since like maybe like 17, 18 years old. I think I was 18, yeah. And I would see some for longer than others, but like honestly, like some people just like either it was well, first of all, it could have been a fucking insurance problem, or it was just like totally something else. Or I just didn't get along with them. Like that's like a true, I think that's normal, and it's really common that like you have to date around with your therapist. You just need to find the right fit for you. And yeah, that's something. So I've done talk therapy. I have also taken quite a few medications. I'm still on medication. SSRIs, antidepressants, things for anxiety, things like that. Mood stabilizer things. So I was also wrongly diagnosed with bipolar disorder, so I started taking some medicine for that, and then I took that for like a month and a half, and then they were like, no, stop taking it. So like that drove me crazy. So there are certain medications that worked really well, and some that just like did not work at all, or some that like raised my like what's it called, like anxiety, serotonin, all of that, like not serotonin because that would be good. It raised my anxiety, raised my like cortisol levels, like just raised like raised everything and I feel like I was having like panic attacks, or like I couldn't breathe, or like just like it was just like everything was just like oh my god, end of the world feeling things, and I was like, this should not be happening. So I would get off that. I think Wellbutrin did that to me for sure, adding that on to, I think I was on Lexapro at the time, which like, to be honest, Lexapro sucks. If it works for you, I don't think you're really depressed. Hot take, because it doesn't really do anything. I think it's like such like it's like a starter, which I understand to get yourself into it, but come on, you gotta, because I did that Lexapro for a little while, and I was like, I don't know if it was like a placebo effect, but like it didn't really do anything to me, and I was just feeling like, okay. So then when I went to a real person and like got a psychiatrist, and like they did a consultation, did an assessment, blah blah blah, you realize what you really have. And they were like, why are you on Lexapro? I was like, I don't know, that's what the doctor gave me. And then so they really can prescribe you with what you need. And like I said, it's trial and error for everything, but there are other SSRIs I've taken that work so much better. Right now I'm on Cymbalta, and that works for now. I'm on the highest dose, I think it's like 250 or something, but it's like, it works for now, and we'll see. And I'm on a anti-anxiety medication, but now I forget the name. But yeah, we'll see how that plays out. But then like, I also done the ketamine treatment, which was like kind of the weirdest experience. You're supposed to do like 8 sessions. I did 4. I did half. And yeah, that made me more depressed after. I mean, it was awful. They say you're gonna feel like fine after the first one, good after the second, and like a lot better after the third. And then like after the third, I was like, the next day, I feel like it's like after I did like Molly or something, like it just like I felt so down, and like everything was like taken out of my body. It was like everything was taken from me. All my like serotonin and whatever, dopamine. I did that. I stopped that because I obviously it wasn't working for me. I don't know why, but then there are people that I've seen, so many people on TikTok and YouTube, and the people I actually know in real life that have done it, and they're fine, and it worked for them, and it really changed their life, which is amazing. But it just didn't work for me, so I was like, like what's really going on here? But yeah, I've also done inpatient treatment, outpatient treatment, the whole nine. I do not recommend inpatient treatment if it's not like life or death, because it's a really crazy time, which I can get into on a later date. But it's just like in certain things, it's like, especially with like some therapy and just like the world that we live in, with like, you know, these therapists and people that work in mental health, or just like any people that just have a podcast or TikToks or whatever, and they just say a bunch of stories and tell you a bunch of information, and it's just like toxic. A lot of it's just like toxic positivity to me, and it's just like, it's like, okay dude, it's like chill out. Because like I don't know, it just comes off real fake. It doesn't come off real. It just obviously not, it comes off fake, not real. It comes off kind of more performative, or just like, I don't know. But I also have like a problem with it, because a problem with like certain people, because a lot of people like actually haven't gone through it. So it's like, how do you really know? Like, yes, you can learn the brain, you can learn the science behind it, but like, if you don't really go through it, if you're not depressed yourself, if you haven't been depressed yourself, if you haven't gone to an inpatient program as a patient, like, I don't know. So sometimes I'm like, is experience better than knowledge in mental health cases? Sometimes I think it's true, because like, to be honest, like I got more out of like the peer group therapy sessions than I ever did with like the one-on-one, because you get to learn from other people, and you get to learn about their challenges and their triumphs, and how they did it, and how they got over certain things. I'm really bad at the lighting. Because I've met like the smartest people that like don't have college degrees, or like things like that. And I'm not saying it's for every field, but I just think that like experience over knowledge is like what I look for, especially in mental health, because I like to talk to people that can actually relate on like a personal level, and not just a level of, I read a book, I read a textbook and got a degree, even though I think that's amazing, and we need people like that because we need the medicines and things. But I say, like, don't take advice from somebody whose like life you don't want, because like, why are you taking advice from somebody that, or like, you don't not want, but you just like don't respect or admire, because like, who cares? Like, don't, because it's just like, they don't know, and if they, and whatever. That's literally what I think about there. But so But I'm new to the, new to this kind of like new way of thinking, changing my thought process, rewiring the brain. And it's so, like, this is why I don't even like, whatever. It's so corny. It's super cliche. It's like, it's everything that you already know in here, but for some reason, I think the reason is because you're not supposed, you learn things at different times and you learn things when you're supposed to learn them. I think this happens a lot with music. It's like people relate to songs at different times and at different moments in their life. If they're going through a heartbreak, something is stronger, like you feel a song stronger, or you relate to something more, or you get older, you relate to something more, or you finally go through that emotion or situation and you relate to that song more, or whatever. Just, you hear something and it just hits you in a different way than it would have like 5 years ago, or you weren't ready for it, or even a month ago, whatever. But there's this most simple thing, and it's simple in the like term, I guess, but not the actual like action, putting it into motion, is throwing away those bad thoughts. Changing the self-talk. Like, seriously, like, if like there's no way that you're going to get out of whatever the feeling is, the depression, the anxiety, the whatever, if your brain is constantly on a loop of negativity. And trust me, I've been there. I was there a month ago. I was there 2 months ago. I was there 4 years ago, 7 years ago. But I'm just saying, I just like feel a total difference in this month that I've been living in with thoughts change. Like, I've had, like, you just different things. You see things differently. You experience the world differently. When they say like the energy you put out is like legit the energy that you get back, it's super true. Because I've been so down and negative and just like out in public, and like no one wants, like, you're just invisible. No one wants to talk to you. Like, you look like annoyed. You just don't, I don't know, like and I've seen people like that in public too. And I'm just like, oh, I get it. Like, I get where you're at, but like, it just looks, So it's like, when you're not going to attract any experiences or people or anything if you're that closed off. And like, life is literally about experiences. Like, that's all we're here to do, is experience this fucking planet and experience it in these bodies that we're in, and just like see what it's all about. So it's like, if negative thoughts are constantly bombarding your brain and coming into your brain, there's no way you're gonna see clearly or gonna have a good experience on this planet. And trust me, it is not easy. Even if you get like half a day in, or like a morning, and you're just like, oh my god, that was great, and then a negative thought comes and you start to spiral. Like, honestly, what I do is I'm just like, toss that shit in the bin and empty it right away. Like, goodbye. And I feel like it's like, after a while, if you're just like, when the thought comes in of like, oh my god, okay, say, I'm trying to think of one that I had like recently. Okay, like recording this video. I was like, oh my god, like, this is so cringy. Like, it's so embarrassing to record this video. But then I'm like, oh my god. But then I was like, toss out of your head, because like, it's just fun. Like, who cares? Like, just do it for fun, because it's just fun. And you want to talk, so just fucking talk. And it's just like, who cares? So it's like, you have to just because it's like, I don't know, you just constantly have to tell your brain, like, not today, not right now, not that thought. And then once you constantly keep doing it, it gets so much easier. And it's like, I don't know, I think, like, it might just sound like I'm just saying something that, well, it is something that's been around forever. positive thinking. And I just think that it's like, I hate that term, positive thinking. I just think of it as just like redirecting my thoughts, because and like redirecting what I allow in my head. Another thing with like the rewiring of the brain and like the redirecting the thoughts and not being so negative on yourself and just like everything in life is like, I don't want you to think that I'm saying, oh, you have to, like, once you start thinking positively, you're gonna be so happy and everything's gonna change for you and this will come and this will come. Like, I don't know, it might, because I don't know your life, I don't know the world, the most crazy shit happens. But but it's so much better to live like that than to live in a mindset of like, okay, like I'm okay, and like, or like even not an okay mindset, like a neutral mindset. I think neutral is better than depressed or sad. Neutral is cool. I think that no one really talks about neutral a lot, the neutral state. And it's not like, yeah, it's just like a state of just like going through the day and doing your thing, but you're not sad. You're just, okay, like this is it. And things are gonna get better. You're thinking more I just said thinking positive and I didn't want to. You're changing the direction of your thoughts. And you're like, you know what? Things could be fucking okay. And okay is good right now, you know? Being neutral is good. You don't have to be happy all the time, because it's so fucking unrealistic. And that's why I hate the toxic positivity of like, I don't know. When your therapist, one of my outpatient program things was like, you're just be so happy if you like, when you get like anxiety or you're depressed and you want to stop overthinking, like play with a ball of clay or like sing out loud. Trust me, I love to sing out loud. It's fun. And yeah, it does like make you feel better for that moment. But like in the long run, like it's not that, because that's still such a quick fix. You like the only long-term effect, the only long-term thing is changing the direction of your thoughts, changing what you allow in your brain, what you put in the trash, what you keep. And honestly, like that book, that was like the best, like it's better to like not think than think. I don't even know. But it's like thinking is the root of all evil, basically. So just chill out. Chill out. Stop thinking for 2 seconds. And it's easier said than done, but you can stop thinking for 2 seconds and just be like, what? Reevaluate what you're really thinking about. Half of it is stupid. Most of it is not even true. Most of it is not going to even come true. So just stop and just do what you want to do. Put your foot forward and stop. So that's what I have to say. At the end of the day, it's all about you. All about you, all about you. Which means you're in control. The best thing and the worst thing in life is that we're in control of this bitch. We're steering that shit. It's like the most freeing thing, but it's also the scariest thing. It's like, shit, that means I have to do something with it. Like, you got to put in the work and the action. But I'm serious that like, even if you're at like a wicked low point, or you're just at a point of like, what does this even matter? Or like, like, what are we even doing here? Because like, I know all those feelings, yeah. But it's just like, just one thing, acceptance. Accept that it's gonna suck. It's gonna be fucking weird. It's gonna feel strange, especially for people like me who were in dark places for a long period of times. But there's something just like so freeing and amazing about not letting these random thoughts that pop in and out that are most of the time they're not yours, they're just like random shit. And they're clogging up your potential for everything. Because it all starts in between the ears. Here. In the brain. That's where it starts. So even if it's one thought, just try it, because change that one thought and see what happens. And if you're annoying like me, like play devil's advocate with it, with that thought. Fuck around with it, because I always have something else to say. And I always have a but or an and or a yeah but or a wow something or if, but yeah. Just try it. I swear. Like, I'm someone that hates these type of shits, but it's for real. Good luck, Charlie.